An expansion or a shakeup? Donald Trump adding some fresh faces to his campaign. Today, Stephen Bannon, the executive chairman of Breitbart News, became the campaign's chief executive. And Kellyanne Conway, a top Republican strategist who supported Senator Ted Cruz in the primaries, is the Trump campaign's new campaign manager. Paul Manafort remains as campaign chairman. And so why the new hires? And is there a goal to rein in Trump, or will Trump beat Trump? And that prompter, to prompt or not to prompt?
Our new approach, which must be shared by both parties in America, must be to halt the spread of radical Islam.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you.
Former Arizona governor and Donald Trump supporter, Governor Jan Brewer, goes on the record. Good evening, Governor.
Good evening, Greta.
Governor, on a radio show, you were asked the question whether Arizona was going to go blue now, and you made the reference to Secretary Hillary Clinton as lying killer. Was that reference just a gaffe, and do you want a do-over?
That was, I've been called all morning long about that. That was a mispronunciation of Hillary, and I think I put kill in there, and I listened to it, and I think most of the media agreed with me that it was. So I don't know if there's going to be a story on it or not, but it's amazing how all this stuff just travels. I would never call her a killer.
All right, good. So let's move on. All right, now Donald Trump had a change in his campaign. Is it a shakeup or an expansion, or what is it? He's brought two very prominent people into his campaign.
Oh, I think it's an expansion. I think that we need all the best people that we can possibly get on the campaign. We're getting down to that finish line, and we'll take help and expand, and we're all excited about it. I think that that was good choices, and that they will serve Donald well.
Are we going to see a different Donald Trump? We saw him last night, and he gave a speech that most people probably would say, whether they agreed with it or not, that it was a presidential one. It wasn't sort of Donald Trump off the cuff. Are we going to see a very different? Are you going to see that kind of Donald Trump between now and Election Day, or is Trump going to be, as we say, Trump going to be Trump?
I believe that Donald Trump will always be Donald Trump. That's who he is. That's what he's all about. And that's how he won the hope of the American people. Doesn't mean that he's not going to use a teleprompter. I think there's probably consideration that would be given if he's so inclined to use it to do policy presentations, you know. But he's always going to be Donald Trump. That's how he won the election. That's why the people are endeared to him. That's why people are excited to go and see him. That's why he generates enthusiasm. It's just not the straight political rhetoric that we hear over and over and over and over again. So I'm looking forward.
Let me ask you that question about let me ask you the question about Arizona. You have a large Hispanic American population there, and Donald Trump has made those remarks about Mexico. Do you think Arizona is likely to go Democratic in November?
I really don't believe that they will. We're going to work really hard to make sure that doesn't happen. And I would like to also say that there are Hispanics here that are Trump supporters. They, too, are concerned about the economy and about jobs and about their security. They came here, they work, they've got families. So, you know, we're gonna bring it on home for Donald Trump.
And I didn't mean to suggest that all Hispanics were not going to vote Republican. I don't know how anybody's going to vote. I just watch from the sidelines. Anyway, Governor, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Greta.